Hey guys, it is Beth and happy Friday. Today we've got a really fun video that I am excited to share with you, and it is a tag video. So when I first saw this tag pop up, it was all about like villains, and I was like, there's no way that I can even participate in this because I really don't have any villain pins. I have like a very small handful. But luckily, this is more like a villain tag with a twist, so you will see what I mean as I go through each question. This tag was originally created by Vicky over at Vixen Lost in Disney. I'm gonna link her information down below. I was personally tagged by Robin of Oh Hello Robin. Definitely go check out both of these ladies. Their channels are very different, both very awesome, sweet people. Alright, so I've got the list of things here, and our first one is going to be Pete, and since he is the first original OG Disney villain, we're supposed to show our first Disney pin. So I have showed this before, not too long ago, in a different tag video. This is my first ever pin. It is a Chinese New Year pin from the Year of the Snake, and it is from Hong Kong Disney. So this I have to hold like this, otherwise it will fall apart because it is two separate pin-on pins here. We've got the fab, I don't know, we've got everyone here. We've got Mickey and Minnie, we've got Donald, Daisy, Pluto, Goofy, and even Duffy Bear down here. So this is the pin that started it all for me. So if you watched my other video, which if you haven't, I will also link that up there so you can check it out. I was living in Hong Kong for Year of the Snake. I am a snake. We had a pass to Hong Kong Disney. I really just wanted something that said snake on it, and they really didn't put out a whole lot of merchandise, probably because Ka and Sir Hiss are basically your only choices, and they're villains, and they try to more so celebrate the heroes. But this was one of the few items I could find, so it does say snake right on the front drum here. So I picked it up, thought, what am I gonna do with this? Like, why do people even buy pins? What do you do with them? And this was actually one of the only few pins that we came home with after living there for 2 years, and it's a shame because Hong Kong pins are really pretty and we probably could have had a really awesome collection. But hindsight is 20/20, guys. So yes, this is my first Disney pin and still one of my favorites. Alright, question number 2 is Jafar, and since he was just so obsessed trying to become Sultan, our question is a park that you would like to be Sultan of. So I went back and forth on this for a little bit just because I will always have an affinity towards Hong Kong Disneyland. Like I said, we lived there for 2 years, we had passes, we would go basically every other weekend, and I just still like consider that my home park even though we no longer live there, and it's not the most exciting park, it's kind of small, it's pretty much a copy of Disneyland except not as good. But I just love it so much, so I did consider going with Hong Kong Disneyland because of that. But honestly, let's be real, my favorite park, hands down, is and always will be Tokyo Disney Sea. It is like the ultimate theme park for adults, like just so much fun. If you have not been there, definitely save your money, go, get there, you will not regret it. So the pin I chose for this, a little basic, I guess, but it literally just says Tokyo Disney Sea on it in katakana, which is one of the 3 alphabets in Japanese. So here it is up close. Up here says Tokyo, and then it says Disney Shi or Sea. It does have this little rhinestone up here in this blue color, so kind of representative of the water. So if you've watched a lot of my other videos, you'll know that not only did I live in Hong Kong, but I also got to live in Japan. I got to go to university there for a little bit. I was studying Japanese, it's one of my degrees, so this pin just kind of reminds me of all of that. Third up, we have Cruella, and your favorite Disney animal. This was another question that just seemed to cause me a lot of stress and grief over it. I obviously love cats. I've got a Disney cat lady shirt on. I am a cat collector, and I love cats for like all different reasons. Like Mochi reminds us of Buki, so we collect Mochi. Berlioz reminds us of our cat Meeple, so we collect Berlioz. Like I, out of all the cats, probably love Marie the most, or Cyan because I grew up loving Lady and the Tramp. Like, choosing my favorite Disney cat is honestly like choosing my favorite child, and I couldn't do it. I mean, we all have like favorite children, I think. I mean, I don't have kids, but I would imagine you would still have a favorite and you just wouldn't tell them. But I decided to go a different route entirely, and that is by not choosing a cat. So like I just mentioned, one of my like top 2 favorite Disney movies growing up was Lady and the Tramp. I would just watch it over and over again, like honestly everything about that movie. So I have chosen this little Tramp pin. Who doesn't love Tramp? He is just so fun, his personality, he's a little brash, he's adventurous, like I love him. And to me, I've always kind of considered him, I know he's supposed to be like a mutt and like a mixture of things, but he definitely looks like a schnauzer. Because I loved this movie so much when I was younger, I got a pet schnauzer. So Tramp is definitely always going to be up there as a favorite Disney animal of mine. He is just super cute. Pretty sure this is just an open edition pin. This was actually a zap from one of you guys, so thank you so much. I love it, and it's on my board with all of my little notes and zaps from different subscribers and from trades that I've made in the community, so he just kind of chills up there, and I love him. Alright, number 4 is Gaston, and this is your most handsome pin. It was definitely interesting to see like what other people went with when they did this tag. I know some people took it as your prettiest pin, some people took it as who you think is most handsome, stuff like that. So I did do most handsome, and while the person that I chose I wouldn't really say is handsome, he was definitely like my childhood crush as like a 5-year-old. And that is Max Goof. Along with Lady and the Tramp, I was just obsessed with a Goofy movie. Listened to the music all the time, and I just remember as like a really little kid just like being obsessed with Max. I finally got to go to like Disney World when I was like 5 or 6, and I just remember my parents taking me to meet him after like seeing him come by on like a parade float. And like little me, I think, just like died inside, and I was like so happy to meet him. So I'm pretty sure we still have like photos of this somewhere. I know I took pictures of him on the parade float as he passed by. Yes, so again, not your traditional like handsome prince or anything. Like I never really had like a childhood crush on any of the princes. One of my best friends growing up, huge crush on Robin Hood, I get it, but for me, yeah, I don't know. It was just always Max. So I do have a super, super tiny, like 5-pin side collection of Max pins just because, yeah, was my childhood, I guess. So here is little Maxie. This is a pin from Tokyo Disneyland, and I just think it's adorable. It's a different pose than you usually see him in, and yeah. Really fun pin that I got recently in a trade. Next is Hook, which is a phobia or a fear of some sort. So I am not afraid of crocodiles or like insects or stuff like that. I guess like technically like bees. I don't think I have any pins that have bees on them. I like bees, I like honey. The only reason I'm afraid of bees is because I am allergic to them, so I just don't want to die by their hand or stinger. But my actual fear, which is something that I've been like slowly getting over and doing better with, is flying. So I picked this little pin that says "Take me to the Disney parks," and it has some airplanes on it. So flying is kind of ironic, I guess, because I do it really often. Not, I guess, as much anymore, but so most of you probably don't know this, but before I started this whole like YouTube and like Disney adventure, I was actually doing like travel blogging and writing and photography, and I have flown all over. I've had as many as like, I think 11 flights in 1 week, and yeah, I used to just fly all the time, always hate it. Yeah, definitely getting a lot better now, but it's still something I just like don't really like to do if I don't have to. I'm not like one of those people who gets really excited to get to go on an airplane. I thought it was really cute because it's just like fly me to all the Disney parks, which I am all for. I have been to most of the Disney parks, so obviously I have flown quite a bit. This was just an open edition pin that I picked up on my last trip to Disney, which was this past summer. Number 6 is Prince John, who is always calling for that mama, and that is a family pin. So I know that I showed a pin previously that was kind of like family related for another tag, so I'm trying to show like all different pins than like I usually show, other than obviously like my first ever Disney pin, because that's something can't really change. But I chose kind of a more recent pin that I got. Just notice that Minnie looks like super preggo in this pin. That's really strange. I think it's just the angle that she's sitting at. Maybe she's supposed to be really full. But this is a little like yum cha or like a dim sum pin. It's got Minnie and Mickey and they're out having tea, and then Donald looks to be like their little waiter who's taking away their teapot. And I just think that this is really cute. So yum cha, or going out to drink tea, have dim sum, is a really big part of Chinese culture. So when we were living in Hong Kong, we would often meet up with Johnny's parents or aunts and uncles to go and drink tea on Sunday mornings. And even now that we are back in the US, we often go and get some dim sum as well on Sundays and just kind of continue that tradition. Not every Sunday, but like a fair amount, and we'll usually go and either sometimes take my parents, or like I've taken like my brother and his wife, or like some of our friends. So it's just something that we like to do. It is definitely like a kind of Chinese family activity, and now that I have this pin, it definitely reminds me of that. So this is just an older, again, pretty sure open edition pin. It is from Hong Kong. It says 2011 on the back, so decently old. Still has a lot of glitter and the dual layer element, so pretty. It's got a little teapot here on top, and then it's got the scene of them having their tea down at the bottom. And here in the center, it just has the Chinese character for tea. So I think this is just a really fun and kind of unique pin. All right, 7 is Oogie Boogie, or your favorite mystery pin. So I don't have a whole lot of mystery pins. I do unboxings here from time to time. It's not like a huge thing that I do on this channel, even though I really love it. It's just like, it's a lot of money. So I actually only have like maybe like 3 different mystery sets that I've even completed. Otherwise, I just have a couple of handfuls of things like here and there. So I think my favorite of all of them is this little gelatoni lollipop. So I have never done an opening for these on this channel. I have never actually even opened Hong Kong mystery pins other than the Halloween ones that I did. So this I got in a trade, and I just think it is so cute. I love Gelatoni, even though he's not like a real like traditional Disney cat, but I think he is adorable, and I am all for the colors of this pin. I'm sure you've seen this pin a billion times by now from different people, but I love it. I love teal, I love pink, I love the glitter and the metallicness of this. I think it is just super gorgeous. Number 8 I feel is really timely, and it is Ursula. So obviously Ursula doesn't really borrow Ariel's voice, she flat out steals it. But we're going with borrow, and what talent would you want to borrow? For me, there's probably a lot of talents that I would want to borrow, but I feel like this one I need to borrow. And this is my girl Pun's ability to heal. So you guys know the past like week or two, I have been kind of sick on and off. I'm like trying so hard not to even sniffle in this video and to just feel like 100%. Tomorrow is our local trading event here in Chicago, so I've just been kind of like resting and taking it easy and like getting ready for that, because I am tired of being sick. So yes, I would love Pun's ability to heal, because not only can she heal herself, She also can heal all of her friends and family and people that are like important to her, and I think that is just a really awesome ability that I totally wish I had. So this is the stunning silhouette Rapunzel. I showed you guys this when I was able to get her at the release. Really stressful trying to get these, but they are just really pretty pins, and I'm not even a Rapunzel collector, but I just think she is definitely stunning, as her title says. Alright, we have two more. So number 9 is Chernabog, and that is your favorite fantasy pin. So I only have a handful of fantasy pins. I know when I first started doing my pin videos, it seemed like every week I had like fantasy pins coming in, but it was really only maybe like 10 pins or so. I don't have too many, but I think my favorite would have to be this little Marie. She is sound asleep on this little macaron, and she is in rose gold metal, which I think is just super gorgeous because I am all about that pink, and I love this one. So here she is just sleeping. She just looks so precious. Like, I love this so much, and I just think that this pin was made really well with all of the different screen printing highlights, and yeah, I love having this on my Marie board. All right, we are down to our last one, which is Maleficent, and this is to represent your favorite Disney villain. So this is kind of a tricky question to answer because I am not a villains person. If we're going by actual villain that I think is like truly the most like sinister villainous person, it would have to be like Frollo, because that dude is just creepy AF, and I just can't, no, I don't. He is just so like sinister, pervy, like ew. But my favorite like likable Disney villain is Ursula. I just love like her personality. I love Poor Unfortunate Souls, like just everything about it. So I definitely would say my favorite villain is Ursula, but I don't have an Ursula pin. Like, I don't even have anything like close to represent her because I just really, I can probably count the amount of villain hands. I can count the amount of villain pins that I own probably on one hand, unless you're including cat villains, which Sai and Am are totally cat villains, so that is who I am going with today because I do have a pretty nice Sai and Am collection. Not sure which one this is because there is no telling factor between the two of them, but like, look at this. That poor, unsuspecting goldfish right there is about to be like mauled to death by this cat. Other than the fact that Lady puts an end to that real quickly. But yes, they are definitely a bit villainous, tag teaming, like, yeah, they totally just remind us of like the trouble that our cats get in together. So definitely choosing them. So this is a pin that I actually just picked up. I think it got here yesterday, but it is one of them reaching into that fish bowl to try to snag that little fish. This is a Disney Auctions pin, and I believe it's an LE of 1000. Yes, it is an LE 1000, but I just think this pin is amazing. Like, totally represents their personality. Alright guys, that is it for this really fun tag. Thank you so much to Robin for tagging me in it. This was so much fun, and thank you Vicky for creating this and for creating it in a way that it wasn't all just showing like villain pins, because I totally wouldn't have been able to participate in that. But let me know in the comments below if you guys happen to have any of these pins, or who some of your favorite villains are. What are some of the ones that you would have maybe chosen for these different categories? So because I feel like I am coming into this like so late in the game, just because I tried to film this last week and was just too sick, and then I was trying to like still recover and film it this week, I just feel like I'm way slow on this. So I am not going to tag anyone specifically, other than if you haven't been tagged yet and you want to do this tag, consider yourself tagged. Please do it. Tag me in it. I have been loving seeing these so far. Like I said, I have been like sick the past 2 weeks, which You would think that means just like laying in bed, like watching YouTube videos, but like no, I've just been like flat out sleeping for 2 weeks. Like, I don't even know what is wrong with me. So still trying to catch up and watch everyone's videos, watch all of your answers to this tag. So at this point, I'm not even sure like who all hasn't been tagged yet. So definitely, if you haven't been tagged yet, do it. Consider yourself tagged. I want to see it. And for the rest of you, make sure to give this video a big thumbs up. Leave me a comment down below. I love hearing from all of you guys. And if you haven't already, please go ahead and subscribe. We are getting ready. I feel like November is just going by so quickly. Like, Vlogmas is almost here. Yes, I will be doing Vlogmas, so I'm gonna be trying to do daily videos, hopefully have some fun little like giveaways and things. Like, it's just gonna be a really great time. I am so ready to put up our Christmas tree. Honestly, part of that is because our cat, well, one of them has never seen a Christmas tree before, so really curious what he's gonna do with that. Probably break everything. I don't think we're gonna be putting up any like glass or expensive ornaments this year, just in case, because he's probably gonna knock the whole tree over. But really excited for it. I have so many Disney ornaments, so I'll be making a video on that. And yeah, lots of awesome stuff to come. Like I said, tomorrow we're having our local pin event, so I will probably try to bring you guys along and take some footage of what that is like. And yeah, sorry, now I'm just kind of like rambling on and on. This is what happens when you're sick for 2 weeks and you don't really get to like talk to people or make videos. Like, now I'm just like talking forever. So I am going to end it here. I will see you guys again very shortly for another video. As always, thank you guys so much for watching. Bye!